all I'm finna say is that it's going to be absolutely legendary when Brian Anderson calls a Brian Anderson home run. Just saying.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is poppin', y'all? Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly, where today, the Brewers, about a week ago, made another free agent signing, and this one's a really interesting one. But before I get to it, I just wanted to thank all you viewers. I reached 1,000 subscribers, something I thought would never happen, but here we are. So thank you all to everybody that watches my videos. Absolutely means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. And of course, if you like my content, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and it's do whatever. So let's get on with it. Anyways, Brewers agreed to deal with third baseman and slash outfielder Brian Anderson. Yes, Brian Anderson, the guy that calls the Brewers games, now we'll be calling him. It's just going to be legendary when he hits a home run, just saying. But you know what? This is an interesting signing because he started out to look like he was going to be really good, and then shoulder injuries started really, the last 2 years have really been, doing something. So anyways, $3.5 million without the $2 million available in incentives. So maybe this is a signing that, he's going to be there, but then we could trade him because prospects show up. It's possible. Of course, he turns 30 in May, so of course he's kind of past his prime years, but he's good. He was a third-round pick. He was on the Miami Marlins in 2014. He reached the major leagues in 2017 and enjoyed a productive start to his career, slashing .266, .349, .431 in 366 games through the 2020 season. Fortunately, the last few games they have not been that good. He missed. He had played 165 games since the start of the 2021 season. He missed such of that year because a left shoulder subluxation. Sorry. He required surgery in winter, and he missed a lot of time due to those back spasms and just a lot of shoulder problems. When he has been able to take the field in the last two seasons, he only went .233, including a career-worst .222 line in 2022. His quality of contract metrics and strikeout rate have really slipped relative to his productive run earlier in his career. Now, maybe the Brewers have looked at this and they're like, oh, the better health will help him definitely make good and untapped potential in his bat, because he does have potential. I know he's 30 years old. He's been in the league for a couple years, but this is a guy that hit 20 home runs in 2019, so that's at least a good thing. Of course, he began his career as a third baseman, but picked up right field in 2018, and since he's basically split his time between the two positions. Defensive run save believe Anderson actually is a passable defender at the hot corner and above average in the outfield. And honestly, he has outs above average has been bearish on his glove. So of course, indicating, according to Kent Rosenthal, he's supposed to be playing third base, which means, he'll be starting third base, and Urias will likely be starting, third base. So, maybe they're going to be splitting time. We don't know. But Urias also plays second base, so it's possible that they move Urias to second base. It's possible. So, you know what? And if Anderson gets some outfield work, then you'll see Urias at third. So pretty much it's a smart signing, because we all know that Urias can be a little bit streaky at times, super hot, super cold. It'll be interesting, but while he doesn't provide much thump against left-handed pitching, his career 702 OPS against southpaws is lower than his 766 mark against right-handers. He actually brings balance to what was heavily a left-handed outfield group. Of course, his defensive home may be subject to change because we have a lot of prospects. Already, Garrett Mitchell's out there. We got Sal Frelick, Joey Wiemer, and Bryce Turang likely going to be coming up at some point maybe this season. These are the rookie seasons, but in any case, he has a lot of respectable floor and multiple positions. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of trades made, so we might not even see this same offense, but Anderson, I believe, will likely be the starter at third base this season, or we'll see him in the outfield. We got a very deep outfield this year. So Yelich, Mitchell, Tyrone Taylor, and Winker are pretty much your outfield. You're likely going to see Anderson in that spot as well. And with that signing, we are officially at 40-man roster. How exciting is that? I mean, just to think about it, you never know what's going to happen, but it's just been a very interesting free agency. So I'm just going to go over all the moves just to really, set the tone, because I feel like here we are done making moves. I don't think they're going to make any more moves. Spring training starts, I think, maybe in maybe a week or two, but it's crazy how this is. So I'm just going to look through my notes pad here just to make sure I got everything, because I think it's obviously a very important thing. Also, thanks, it really means a lot to be able to have 1,000 subscribers once again. But all right, let's finish this up. So in the offseason in review, the Brewers departed free agents Andrew McCutchen, Pedro Severino, Jace Peterson, Omar Narvaez, Taylor Rogers, and Brad Boxberger. We traded away Hunter Renfroe, Colton Wong, Brent Suter, we released him, Justin Topa, and Esteury Ruiz is who all left the team. With that, we gained Jesse Winker, William Contreras, Brian Anderson, Wade Miley, Bryce Wilson, Javi Guerra, Abraham Tora, Owen Miller, outfielder Perkins, I'm not sure who that is, and then relief pitchers Junk, Varland, Miller, and Payampas, and Paguero. So I got a bunch of new names, but you know what? They didn't really have to spend much money. They literally signed Brian Anderson and Wade Miley. Those were the only two free agents we signed, so we didn't even spend a lot of money. These were all people we got on trades. So I got to give it up to Matt Arnold. This is not much for your start, but you know what? You did exactly what you needed to do. It's going to get difficult because we might move on from Corbin Burns during the season. We might move on from someone else during the season, but I think that there's a lot to determine this season for the Brewers to see really if they want to head into a positive direction or they want to go backwards and continue to rebuild off of what we're doing. Because from what I'm seeing, I feel like the Brewers want to try to compete, but this really depends on how people do. So that's how I feel. So anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and of course I'm going to do my thoughts on, you'll probably won't hear anything on the Brewers until later, until the season starts, because I feel like I have a lot of things to get to on free agency for football, as well as the Bucks and college basketball as well. It's been a very interesting season. But of course, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers once again. And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts. The only way is up, and hopefully things go well for the Brewers this season. I'm really excited. I'm very optimistic to see what happens. So, anyways, if you like what you see, it's obviously, I said it thousands of times. Go Brewers. We will see you next time.